It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed.
Steve likes the weed.
Tell you about DMT.
The DMT.
Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the drink, sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, non-binaries, sentient artificial intelligence, however you identify, whatever you find yourself in this multiverse to be. Steve-O, what a week, buddy.
What a week indeed. I feel like I'm a grown-up and I've been grounded. You know what I mean? Like, I always ground my kids. I say, go to your room and you got to sit in silence for 5 minutes and think about it. Please do that to me. Please tell me to go, Steve, go be somewhere alone and think about what's really going on inside here, what's happening. I never get to do that, but now it's like, hey man, shut shit down. This is weird.
It's
what a
strange.
Weird week.
It's so strange.
And I know we're beating the dead horse. I know we're just like,
everybody's talking about it, but it's what we're doing.
Fucking,
well, this is what we do, right? Like, this is going on. You can turn anywhere and you can find out how horrible everything is. So we're gonna also try and find some of the good things that come of all of this.
We are.
The good things that come of all kinds of different things. I think we're always looking for the silver lining in the things that we experience, even the hard ones. I had a buddy. We've talked about it on the last show, but we finally had a chance to kind of put him to rest, and it was. A silver lining is something that I said when I visited him in the hospital was, well, we're going to get to have one last awesome little South Side party, and he's going to throw one last great party for us.
That was the saddest thing. I try to look at death a little bit differently, maybe to celebrate the life. You have those moments where you're like, fuck, never again. Oh shit. But a lot of it usually comes down to, I feel like, things that you maybe regret or people regret about the person's life, so they mourn that more than they actually mourn or celebrate the person. But seeing all those people at his memorial or whatever, I don't know what the
service. Sure.
It was, I had so many moments where I was like, yes.
Because, you're like, it's so good to see you.
So good to see all of you together. Because I kept going up to people and I'm like, man, if people knew some of this shit.
I can't tell you how many people came up.
People did.
We were having some drinks at Fraley's afterwards.
We're animals.
And a couple of buddies, grade school buddies that I know you hung out with in high school, they're like, how perfect is it that you and Steve Elgin found each other? Like, and I'm like, got to tell you. I didn't know what to expect with the old wild card, but all the guys that he hung out with, I knew he was good people. So it was there was a particularly fun moment for me when I saw you there, and we were looking at some old pictures, and then next to the pictures were just a slew of Chad's trophies because he was just such a tremendous athlete. And I kid you not, he was the best hockey player I ever knew. Listen. Steve's like, this one right here, this is the hard part. Like seeing all these trophies, and I was like, yeah, they should have just engraved not Steve Elgin on the trophies.
There's a little backstory. When we used to play at Crondolette Park, we would turn the tennis courts into a hockey arena, or we played long distance home run derby, whatever. Wayne Wanker was the unifier in that group. Wayne,
always is.
Wayne and Joe.
Yeah, Wayne pulls. He's always kind of the centerpiece in a lot of the friendship circles for sure.
Yeah, he's got an orbit. He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man. I love that guy.
I do too.
I do love him so much. But we would go out there and play hockey, and I was littler than everybody, but I could fucking move
quick,
around.
agile.
I watched the game. I was a smart hockey
You're a student of the game.
Thank you. You get it. I would have made a great coach.
Sure.
I wasn't Adam Banks, but I was Charlie Conway. I mean,
yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'm there. I was doing my thing, and then this motherfucker shows up, and like you said, he had skates. I'm like, they make chassis out of metal. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Ours are fucking being rubbed down by the blacktop streets to where I don't know if my screw is going to fit in that plastic hole anymore because I've stopped so many times by dragging my toe. And I remember he came out there with those, and I was like, who the fuck does this guy think he is?
Spraying.
And he knew all about stick lifts, too.
Oh, yeah.
Not many people knew to tap the stick up. Or
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're going around, you can keep one hand on your stick, and you can slap another stick away. I hate that shit. That's pretty much why. That and a really hard slap
He
shot
was
is
like a
why I
little
go-
Jaden Schwartz to you. He was just
He was. That is a perfect
Yeah.
analogy of it.
yeah, he
dude.
was just a little shit disturber.
Yeah, and he had it, and I was like, man, fuck that dude. And everybody's like, oh yeah, he reminds me of you, except better. And I'm like, fuck that dude.
It was awesome. We won't spend too much time on it, but it's
just
good. It was
cool,
good to
man.
see everybody. Heartbreaking to obviously the circumstances. Afterwards, we had an opportunity to kind of all get together and party and sing our songs and Motown, tell stories. And this doesn't involve you, but I had an opportunity to
let's
set the
skip it.
record straight. Okay, because I'm going to tell you a little story that happened in 1998 at Resurrection of Our Lord Catholic Church, the jewel of the South Side. All right, we were about to graduate. All right. Got to settle on an 8th grade graduation song. Okay, the class, I think we had like 19 in our class, maybe 20. Okay,
Damn, big
yeah,
old
yeah.
class,
Well, we
dude.
ended up getting just a slew of Bosnians. It was a Bosnian takeover. So like they added like 5 or
some
6
athletes,
right
man.
there at the end. So
Bosnian takeover kind of sounds bad though. Maybe like a
yeah.
Like a
it was,
Bosnian,
Thanksgiving, Bosnian Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
okay.
go.
So,
They give you
like,
blankets
right,
and,
right,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Like the blankets
oh,
kind of
feels so
they
good.
smelled like
Feels so
smallpox. It's
good.
weird. Anyway, so as a class, we vote on our song, and our song is good. It was
Hero?
It was Green Day. It was right when Good Riddance came out, Time of Your Life. That year. That was the year that came out. So that's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the
Time of your life, there's something unpredictable, and in the end it's a lie. I hope you had the time of your life.
Sir, could you stop singing in that window without your pants on, please?
So we picked this song. The class overwhelmingly votes for it. And then basically one kid
Fucking dorks.
threw a wrench in the whole thing. Okay. Now I went through a time where I exclusively
Wait,
listened to
in
the
the
Beatles.
South City, that might actually be a real wrench.
Yeah, it
you
was a
threw
real
in
wrench, a monkey wrench.
At a
she
teacher.
decided that she didn't want that song, and she was a teacher's pet. Now, apparently, okay.
What'd she have against fucking Billy Joe Armstrong?
What did she have against Billy Joe Armstrong? We really want to get into it. How much time you guys got? What did she have
We're
against
only
Billy
8
Joe?
minutes in. Feel
No.
free.
So anyway, hey, I have one in the back pocket because I come prepared, Steve. Now I had been exclusively listening to the Beatles from the time I was like in 5th grade to about 8th grade.
Yo, Steve, I don't know.
So- you heard this
band, the Beatles?
I'm not trying to talk to you like you're a dickhead. You're just a dickhead. All right. So basically, I had right in the queue. I said, okay, that's fine. We won't do that one. We're going to use the Long and Winding Road by the Beatles, which is like this.
That's a killer move, though.
Of course, it's a killer movie because you know what? Sister Renee's not going to say no to Paul McCartney. Okay. That's the deal. That's the deal.
can't.
She can't say no to Paul McCartney. So like, all right, you don't want Green Day? Fine.
What did she want? Pink?
It was like fucking no. It was
No,
like
Avril
Janet
Lavigne.
Jackson or something. Who knows? Like who? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we voted like 19-1, and the one won. And so I had one that I was like, "There's no way she's gonna like this one." So anyway, this other girl comes up. I haven't seen her since grade school basically, and she's like, "I remember when you got our graduation song changed to the Beatles because you didn't like Green Day." And I go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." I'm gonna take.
They picked the Beatles?
Oh fuck yeah, they picked the Beatles.
Oh.
I had one fucking queued up. I just slid it right in there, buddy. But anyway, they were trying to put this shit off on me when really it was
Years and years later.
Now the girl that I originally had thought
Was this the girl?
No, the girl that I had originally thought put the kibosh on. She goes, "You guys don't understand how it went down. You took the vote, and then Sister Renee took me out into the hallway and said, but you didn't really want that song, did you?
What's this nun?
What's going on, sis?
What's she playing? What kind of games are you playing, Sister
Renee? Yeah.
Sister Renee.
Yeah. So anyway,
Get your shit together,
so
lady.
it turns out that we were all shifting blame a lot of different ways. But really, blame rested solely at the feet of Sister Renee.
And
Fascist.
Jesus.
And Jesus.
'Cause
And I'll
that's
tell
her
you what,
husband.
going back on that, saying that out loud, I'm going to say that you're full of shit because the following class, guess what their graduation song was?
Green Day.
Whatever. Hey, whatever.
We're over
Water-
it.
hey, water under the
Everybody's
bridge,
over it.
guys.
Everybody's
Water under the
over
bridge.
it. Everyone's over it.
All right.
You know what ours was?
What was yours?
Guess.
Okay. It was 98.
Yeah, it was.
Father figure.
No, that was my own personal song to my dad on my graduation night, where I was like, "Dad, I got a present for you," and he's like, "You got a present for me?"
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get a present for you.
I know, but I want
And
to
then
show
I
you
was
how
like,
good of a dad you
Sit
are.
on the love seat, Dad. Let me turn on the lights, and I'm gonna play this song for you. And I just kind of stood in the doorway and looked at him. And was
Yeah.
like, I will be your father figure. I will put your hand
Yeah.
in my. And we made eye contact for 4 minutes.
Dude, that is hot.
No, dude.
Oh, I mean, that is touching.
God
It's
dang,
touching.
man.
It's touching. You know what I found really works sometimes is like when there's lyrics going on in the background and there's like lyrics to sing along with. Sometimes if you just get in the camera or you get in their face and you just kind of don't even say anything,
yeah,
you just
for sure.
you just let them know
For sure.
that you're feeling that.
Do you have a hint? Which we have a music video we're gonna release later in the show that in about 5 minutes is gonna blow your cockles off. Your shrivel cockles.
That's a heart thing.
You want a hint? It was
Uh,
a girl, and she can hit like 8 octaves or like all the
okay,
octaves.
it was Celine Dion. My heart will go on.
No, I would never.
Was it
let that
Mariah?
happen. Damn right.
It was Mariah.
Yeah.
You guys are so
Hero.
lame.
Are you kidding me? Me and
so
some
lame.
chick. Me and the chick.
Hero?
And when a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and
Oh.
you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you.
Damn.
That's awesome, buddy.
Damn,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Listen, I want to tease a little bit of what we got going on for the show. You had already mentioned the little
And when you
music.
feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. 'Cause I finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Fuck me.
Man,
that didn't make me emotional right there.
It's like a time machine,
With
buddy.
the fucking pandemic going on. And
Fuck. All right.
I had something awesome too. I went to Kyle's deal.
That's yes.
I went to fucking Kyle's deal.
I went to fucking Kyle's deal.
Kyle, you're a good man. You're a good man. You're out there doing the fucking Lord's work, and I appreciate you. I mean, we went to the Spanish Society, which is home turf. I got to meet Keith, who, I got privy to some real nice information that's going to happen in St. Louis in the cannabis scene. I don't want to give away too much because this is all very much under wraps right now.
Okay. All right. Well, just tease it then. You know.
Okay, well, I'll say it rhymes with
You don't have to do that if you don't want to give anything away.
hordello.
Oh.
An Annabis hordello.
What's that?
No, I'm kidding. He does have an idea for,
No, fuck it. I'm on the cannabis bordello thing.
for a opium. We're gonna do that with opium.
Oh.
But with it has culinary.
Okay.
It's a culinary
enough.
delight.
Good enough. Gotcha.
And I meeting this dude was, and I didn't win anything, which is surprising because we played the raffle. So I'm gonna need to check in on that. Besides that, no, they had some great edibles. Some
That's cool.
great
Now, was that for
treats.
St. Charles Normal? I know it was Kyle's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
I don't know. I figured Kyle needed a place to
birthday.
stay or something. I don't know.
just
Was
needed to
that-
hang.
Yeah, I thought that was.
Yeah, the
Oh, he was
timing of
living.
everything kind of sucked because I was trying to
Yes.
get over to the funeral.
That day they announced, "Don't go anywhere."
Yes. Listen, we're going to get on
Poor
the corona.
guy.
We're going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus, what it means to you.
That day before the party, they're like, "Don't go anywhere." Like people are going, "Man, where should we leave?" They're like, "Don't leave." The news
Yeah.
is literally like,
if it's
don't.
not necessary,
don't
then
do it.
don't. So,
But hey, I had a good ass time, and I had pick of the litter of all of the edibles that contain CBD.
it's true. A lot of great CBD edibles. They had
Well,
fruity
CBD.
pebble treats and brownies and the whole nine.
Throw me that lighter, man. Thanks, dude.
So we made a music video. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Mike is going to, with our Minute with Mike, he's going to tell us how to pick up chicks during the coronavirus. Just some tried and true,
It's all new to me, y'all.
casts. Just you're just throwing bait out in the water.
Oh
see if you
yeah,
can catch,
I can't wait. Sorry, I was reading some of the comments. Landslide. James Thomas, how old is he? 60. Landslide by Fleetwood. And the
Dixie Chicks made it popular again. I think he's kinda close to
okay.
up
Yeah,
in
he
our
thought he
age.
was our age. I didn't know. Get it, boy. There we go. It's not gay if you make
Jessica
out with another
Evans
dude.
telling
To
us
George
to blow
Michael.
our titties off.
Blow our titties off.
All right,
Senior Reese was
Renee.
awesome.
Renee.
Steve needs to try out for the voice. I agree. Guess I'll be watching
Settle the
later.
fuck
Gina
down.
Long.
Don't
What the fuck is
encourage
that
him.
supposed to mean? Mariah. Jennifer Rouse.
What did Gina Long say?
She said, "Guess
Oh.
I'll be watching later." I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to
It
mean.
was something you said like. It was something you said like.
Okay,
a minute
cool.
ago.
Cool.
Good enough.
Cool. Oh yeah, because we got more things to come up later. That's
You've
really fun.
you also, we'll talk about this a little bit, but you've started something. We've talked about doing something like it for a while. It's a lot of fun. The watch parties in the Sophisticated Hoosiers group, finding what little gems are tucked out there I guess they're being broadcast through like a VPN on Facebook. I mean,
Listen, buddy, I don't ask too many questions.
Yeah,
don't ask no questions.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Why the preacher got to have a nice car?
No more questions.
Why the preacher got to have a nice house? I don't know. Ha.
Listen, we're about 17 minutes in. Should we go ahead and introduce the newest segment, which escapes me now, but I think it's like Freaky Fun.
Freaky fun from the fan page.
We ready to do this?
Listen, guys,
It's
this
good.
is. We're gonna blow your titties off like Jessica Evans says before. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hit them with
Mike's.
it. Okay. Hey, it's the Hoosiers Facebook group.
Sophisticated Hoosier.
And we like to talk about love and other stuff that helps us, but mostly it's about cum. Most of the memes are about cum, but then we try to make your life a little brighter. Look on the sunny side, man, and then grab your lighters and smoke some of that weed. Do that ketamine, cause we're talking about the things that you love. It's not a sex cult. Yeah, I said it's not a sex cult at all. Okay, maybe it's a sex. Oh, it's definitely a sex cult. It's definitely a sex cult. Definitely a sex cult. You gotta get in the bed on. Good God.
Yeah, girl. You know I'm just looking for a little princess to shove a pineapple in my ass and spit in my mouth. Call me a pig and tell me to hold my jizz until your parents can come watch. Yeah. No, go ahead and make it 3 fingers. Alright, we can shoot for 4. Okay, baby.
And now it's time for Freaky Fun from the fan page.
Are we still on? Are we still on?
I think
are
we
we
are
still
still
on
on
there?
We are still on.
Are we still on there? We don't have to go to that yet. We can go
Okay.
back to the regular
We'll do
page.
that.
Talk about this, and then kind of tell them what this segment is and what we're going to talk about in the segment.
I never really know what we're doing, guys, but I think what we'd like to highlight, the group is the best thing about what we got going on. Sure, it's the best thing we got going on.
It is,
And go ahead.
we talked about watch parties. He mentioned those a little bit. We've been playing movies in the group, but we've been thinking of just fun things we can do. Well, a segment that's devoted to some of the best posts in the page, mainly because I've had a few of the best posts in the page in recent weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and use that because that's what I do. And we had a gun post because I'm interested in getting a gun. And wow, I had so many private messages, and not like the cucky private messages, like helpful private messages.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there was a couple of middle-aged guys that
Those would have been
so
very
I
helpful.
hear you want to handle a pistol.
I can't believe no one saw that. I didn't get a single laughy face on that one guy who's shirtless. When
He's
I
the
changed
best.
my profile, no, not him. This guy's like taut and rewarding. This guy's on my Facebook page when I changed my
I love
profile.
that we lost like 10 people after that.
We did. Are you looking at that? You gotta love that. I'm sure a lot of people shared that.
I get off on it, actually. We're going to play it again a couple times tonight, so I hope you enjoyed it.
But anyway, I said, "Hey man, not again." To this guy sliding in, I'm like, "Where is everybody?" Does anyone not get that joke? Where's everybody? Must have got buried in the algorithm, and that's okay. I'm fine with it. But we have 2 topics we're going to cover from the fan page tonight. One is living off the grid. The other one is guns. Let's start with guns. What type of gun should I get? Craig, you know about guns. What do you have?
Well, I have a 1911.
Are you not supposed to talk about it?
No, that's fine.
First part of gun club, you don't talk about guns,
I have a
man.
1911 with a 4 1/4 inch barrel, chambered .45 caliber.
See, I don't know what that is.
I tried to make that as difficult as I could. I got a big bang stick.
Oh, Jill, that's fucking trying to give me an erection, dude. Like, come on.
No, you asked a question. The first most important thing to ask yourself then is, okay, well, what do you want to address first? You want to address home defense?
Home
You wanna
safety.
Address, personal
And
defense?
I want to be able to take a handgun and be like, pop, 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 and feel comfortable and know. Like, say I get into a situation where I'm at some sort of, casino / gas station in Illinois.
That's actually, okay.
Yeah. And some guy comes popping in with a gun, okay? And he's like, everybody get on the damn floor. And you know me, I'm like probably over there, and I'm probably like, ooh, if this dude, you know me, because I'm not gonna be like, ooh, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, you're not gonna
dude.
run the
Yeah,
other way and get
thank you.
help.
I'm gonna be like, ooh, dude, ooh, if you didn't have that gun, dude. So then, but then say someone goes, bam, they got a shovel, or like say it's snow season and they're selling winter shovels, and they go boom, just like Home Alone, and bash him with the shovel. He goes down with the gun, okay? Well, shit, he's got a buddy outside. The gun slides to my feet, okay? And the gun slides to me right now. It'll be like this. Oh, I'll be like a kitten with a ball of yarn, just like.
Yeah, let's train
to
that.
where-
Let's just train that out.
To where when I get the damn gun at my feet, I want to be like, bingo, bingo, bango, boingo. You made the biggest mistake of your life. I pick that thing up and I'm like, Blanco.
Well, you don't need to rack it that many times. You just need to rack it one time.
Well, I'm letting know.
You're actually ejecting all of your ammunition out every time you do that. Every time you do that, you're throwing a.
Well, I'm showing him. Blanco, I don't even need these, dude. Blanco. But then I realize he has a gun, and I'm like, how do you get these back in?
Why does it keep changing? It was glocka, now it's blocka.
It's Flocka. And so,
Now it's
so
Flocka.
I just want to be able to pick up that gun and say, sayonara, you stupid bastard. And pop this.
writing your dialogue.
And then pop the safety off and look him right in the fucking eye and say, you ever fucking click, boom, thank you, from the side. It's fucking fire. Click, boom.
No, there's no boom in there because you racked them all out of your gun. So it's just click, and then he fucking bitch slaps you.
Like that would ever happen.
click,
And then he'd have to
And
fuck
then
me.
you
Song.
ejaculate.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So anyway, God, we're ridiculous. All right.
Okay.
No, so but the first question you ask, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, do you want something to carry for self-defense all the time? Is it you only have the budget for one thing?
Here's
You
what I
want to make
thought.
sure you can protect your home? Like,
Here's what I know. I've shot guns 4 times, I believe. One time was a 22. I believe 2 times were a 22. One time with a handgun and then a series of other guns. I can't remember. It was like out of the place where we were all shooting, and I pretty much hid behind a 4-wheeler because people were drunk. Like, boom, bam, put the gun down. I know these people, and they're like, dude. I'm like, I don't know if that's safe to be doing that. Sorry, I don't.
dude, dumb shit happen. Hey, listen.
So I'm like,
I mean, we got a lot.
I was
We
like
got a
here.
lot.
You know what I mean? I was like here.
Hiding out underneath.
I can't hear you.
So, and I'm just being safe, you know what I mean? And I like to wear ear protection and all that, like the few times I
Yeah,
shot
you should
it.
definitely wear
Especially when I'm
ears.
shooting a 22, because it's like, pew, pew, it hurts my ear. I got sensitive eardrums. And so, but I shot a handgun. I shot a Glock dog. And I was like,
how you shot your Glock?
no, the first time I was like, and it was bad. And the guy I was shooting with goes, I don't even, he looked concerned because he's like, I don't even know where that bullet went. And we were like shooting into like a safe area, but he's like, you might have put so much arc on that.
It's like a bird just flying out of the sky.
Or just like, a person a quarter mile away. I don't know, fucking 45. Just shooting at fucking 45. So I felt bad about that.
Tanks, you're like,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's going. And I just see some dude walking around. He's like, oh, today's perfect.
the fucking neighbor and
Today's
Gilmore,
perfect. Oh,
the judge.
yeah. Oh, $2 on a scratcher. Today's perfect. Boom! Right in his fucking head. Blocka. And then I just block them all out. Just to make sure there's no evidence. I don't know.
No, right on, man.
Man,
I tell you, I do feel like the world's a better place with the gun in your hands.
Thank you very much, Craig. Oh, so I always thought shotgun for home defense would probably be good.
Okay.
And like,
I mean, there's nice things
what
about that
Oscar
because
Pistorius used for home defense?
man. Blades, I think.
Okay, all South African Blade Runner jokes aside, I think, can't you load a shotgun too with birdshot, the first one, so you can be like, chick, you heard it first, motherfucker. Here comes the fucking pain, and you fucking birdshot him, and then you go click clack. You hear that? That's 2 times, son.
Oh my god.
Here comes death, his best friend. Here comes Pain's best friend, death. And then I hit him with the real one.
You need to get you a little Taurus judge.
Okay.
It'll shoot a 410.
Okay, I like what you're picking
It'll
up.
shoot a
dude.
44 Magnum, so it's a pistol, and you can put a little.
What's cheap ammunition? Do you
Little
know?
bird shot in it.
9mm.
Oh yeah, I mean it's well. Good luck finding it. Right now, you can't find 9mm
What's the
anywhere.
best gun to go?
Dude, you cannot listen to me. You cannot find a box of 9mm ammo in St. Louis right now. That's insane. Like, as much as we joke and like
Have
not.
we checked the armory down off Arsenal?
Yeah,
The
I've checked. I
Arsenal
called
off
every
Armory?
place. I called
Have we
every-
checked the
Everybody,
arsenal on the
ignore what
armory?
he just said. Ignore what he said. Don't go down there.
Dude, can you believe that?
Ignore what I said?
Yeah, I love
Is
it.
that a federal building or something? Because I'll probably be in trouble. He's probably right on that one. I usually never. But if I just told people to storm a federal building, I apologize. I think
that's an attack on America, pal.
I didn't mean to
That's
do
an
it.
attack on America.
The jokes went a bit too far on that one. I apologize. All right, so I'm gonna take us to the desktop and show you because we got some interesting stuff for you. Here's the first gun. I
Dick gun,
wanted.
man. I'm there for it.
And that actually was one of our watch parties.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, that was a lot of fun.
That was
That was a lot of fun. We watched as a group.
from dusk till dawn.
We watched From Dusk Till Dawn, and that's Sex Machine's little dick gun, and it's awesome.
Selma Hayek is the most captivating woman on the planet every time for those 7 minutes.
No doubt.
Every time those 7
No doubt.
minutes play, she's the most captivating.
It's the
woman
most,
on
maybe
except
the
for
most
my wife.
It's no,
Except for my
naturally.
wife, who like mimics it every time.
Okay, with the snake and everything.
No, she finds a worm from the front yard and puts it on her neck. A real
shit
big
is
one, a real
hot,
good
dude.
night crawler.
Who's your bros, man?
This is fucking pushing her fucking night crawler titties. Okay, so I thought maybe the cock gun
This is
would
quickly
be the
becoming
first
my
thing.
favorite show.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot of clips from it. All right. Whoops. Whoops. All right, but then I just was searching like guns. I was just like, which gun? I filled out a survey.
You're thinking, and these are the guns that they suggested you own
These are the guns
for
they
home
suggest-
defense
yeah,
and self-defense.
yes, to meet all my qualities. I filled out. It's like, it was, which Aladdin princess are you? What kind of gun owner are you?
Okay.
Should you, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna leave it. Thank you. So this one first is the Jesus gun. This gun, it's as American as apple pie, says DJ Pangburn. That sounds exactly right. And then this is my personal favorite. I don't know exactly where the trigger is. All I know is this is gonna get the job done, and I'm gonna be shooting something,
Oh, okay.
and it's gonna be.
Let's maybe
wiener.
limit how long we throw that on the screen,
Okay,
just to
okay,
kind of keep
your
the
good
feed
idea. What about
going.
this one? What
Ah,
about this one?
Jesus.
What about that one? Is that a bump stock? Is that a bump stock?
It's a whole different kind of bump stock, yeah.
All right. So this is actually kind of interesting. This is from Gun Genius.
Okay.
And it's the top selling guns for 2019. I got so many recommendations. I got over 400 comments. A lot of them recommendations. A lot of people said the Glock. I noticed that the Glock has 2 on here.
Dude, there are a lot of Glocks. Yeah. I mean, they all kind of look the same, but I mean, as far as like, I'm personally, I'm not going to dog Glocks. Glock dudes are like, the great thing about Glocks is you could fucking drop it to the bottom of a lake and pick it up and fire it when you walked out of the water.
You can't do that with every gun?
I mean, no. I mean, it's a polymer gun. Dudes that love them. I just can't get it to fit my tiny fucking little hands, my little carny hands.
Really? Yeah. That's for a man hand. I can't have that either.
It doesn't feel. I would never recommend that you don't try it because so many people like it. Oh, your hands are bigger than mine.
Oh, just a little.
Yeah, your hands are bigger than mine, Jack.
I've seen his dick. It's actually bigger, so I don't know what the deal is.
What's the science? Where's the science? I'll tell you what. The gun on top. I fucking love SIGs, man.
Sig Sawyer is a very cool name too.
Yeah, Sig Sauer.
Thank you.
They are.
That's an even better name.
They're awesome, but like you were kind of talking about budget. Like you have to bring. There's so many things to take into consideration.
How much are these?
That SIG right there is probably a $600 pistol.
Are Glocks 7? Yeah. Are Glocks cheap? No.
They're not cheap, but you're gonna get into a couple $100.
This Ruger, I've seen a lot of Rugers around there, and Springfield seems like a high-end pistol as well.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, you can get Springfield makes like a really reasonable.
Is that the Kimbers?
Kimbers are pretty expensive.
What can you get at Springfield? Yeah,
you can get into a Springfield for a couple $100, especially if you don't buy one brand new.
Are they from Springfield, Mo?
No, actually,
That's
Springfield,
fucking
Springfield,
stupid.
Mass, I think. Which is odd.
Revolvers? Why would you get a revolver?
They never jam. Like revolvers are super
reliable.
Super reliable.
So you can drop that in the lake, pick it up, boom, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing.
Could you? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Plus, you can do that whole thing where the gun flies at your feet. You pick it up and you go, look at it, and you say, "Perfect night to die, motherfucker."
There's no way they're gonna give you a gun
after they see this.
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna. get a gun.
But I'll learn a lot. I will. So Smith and Wesson. This looks like Hunter. Remember the show Hunter? Hunter had a gun like that. And he would always put it against the hunter's head, and he'd always say, "Give me the fucking information, you stupid idiot!"
I think that'd be a good gun for you because that's a good close range gun. You don't need to be shooting long distance, you know.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
What if somebody?
Are you gonna go hunting?
What if somebody like
across
a football field is like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you with this fucking long distance
What are you gonna bet the
pussy?" And I'm like, Mike told me to get this thing that only fucking shoots 25 fucking yards. And he's laughing over there. He's like,
Hey, 25 yards is pretty
After
good.
I kill you, I'll kill everyone you've ever loved. And I'm like, well, I got this fucking stupid revolver.
You got to make sure they're in your
that
house,
Mike made me get.
In your house, though.
What about this one with the longer barrel?
You should get that one.
I'm asking.
Well, yeah, no, you should.
I'm never getting one of these. These are dumb.
Get the
These are dumb.
Cobra.
These are dumb to me. This is like, hey, Texan, how you doing there, partner?
Well, that little snub nose revolver is super easy to carry concealed. It'll fucking stop a elephant. This is synonymous with dirty saloon pussy. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry. If you guys saw the show prep, you guys would understand. Did we lose them all?
No, we lose them all. We're still kicking.
No, we lost four.
But you know what I mean? The Old West, you assume not a lot of people had bidets back then. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I always want to live back then, but I think, man.
Sanitation alone.
Yes. Dude. Yeah. A lot of dirty.
Yeah, sure.
You know
Good enough. Good enough. I'm sorry, guys.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, go stop and talk.
You know what I'm talking about. Did we play the Open for this yet?
Yeah, we did.
Did you guys like that?
We did. I don't know if they liked it or not, but do you want to go back? What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
Hey, did y'all like the Open? Y'all like the Open?
He fits right in.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
He fits right in. Mike, don't try to fucking bogart the show. We know exactly what we're doing at all times. Take me back to the fucking desktop. All right, here we go. Back to the gun stuff because you got a bunch of gun nuts. This is actually a joke. I'm just filling out a registry on our page of everyone who's into guns for the
You're
government.
the worst. You're the worst. He's the fucking FBI guy. He's all.
But seriously, rifles, semi-auto. What's the deal? Can I have an AR?
Yeah, sure.
I can.
Yeah.
I can buy one
Yeah.
as a medical marijuana patient.
No.
Do you have to register
You
every
can go
one of your
to a
guns
gun show.
federally?
You could buy one private sales,
You
but
go to a gun show, or I could sell you one, or yes.
Oh, so a person
you just
can
couldn't
sell
buy it
one.
from an FFL dealer.
No.
Is there any paperwork on that? I'm not trying to be a weirdo or anything, or like
No,
I'm
in a
just
private
asking.
sale,
A
no.
receipt. I mean, if you
Yeah,
want,
they're
that's
supposed
you
to.
pay for it, but that's
You know,
it.
they're supposed to be. If you were to sell your weapon to someone else, like you're supposed to vet them for sure. But there's no like exchange of paperwork.
Guy comes
there.
in, he's like, "Oh, I'm angry at my coworkers." And you're
Yeah, you
like-
probably don't want to give that
He's
guy a
like,
gun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know, I forgot it. I forgot it at the house.
I'll meet you at the Lowe's parking lot. I think this is obviously. I mean, this is just for range shooting.
No,
suppose,
man. I mean, an
but-
AR is a very good home defense weapon. I mean,
Seriously?
Oh, for sure. Natural. Yeah, I mean, it's a semi-automatic rifle. It's incredibly accurate.
Well,
it's
and
got
two,
stopping power.
If you
like-
got yourself in some shit too, with like, oh, I don't know, say the Tanaka clan or something, you know, and all of them surrounded your shit. That's probably what you want.
well, more than a 6-shooter.
For
you know?
sure, man.
More than a revolver, for sure.
These only have 8 bullets.
Fuck would you buy it?
I like the bolt
6,
action.
sometimes
I like
7.
the bolt
Really?
action rifles too. At least
Yeah.
on video games, because it's like, ping. Oh, you done messed up now, motherfucker.
Stop ejecting shells unless you
Sorry.
stop doing that unless you actually shoot the weapon.
What's a lever action?
It's underneath, like fucking Wyatt fucking her, baby.
Oh, they still sell those.
Sure,
Yeah.
you can get any kind of gun.
You can get any this
Any
is
kind
what
of gun.
I didn't even know. I knew this part of America existed, and I was always kind of like,
Dude, this part of America, like, dude,
it built America. So
there's twice as many guns. Shit, there's 4 times as many guns.
there's a million.
And then there
times
are
as many
people in the
guns
country.
as there are people in the country. That's 300 million times a million. guns.
Yeah, it
That's a
is. That's
lot of
by the
guns.
math. That is what it is.
That's a lot of guns.
There's
guys.
a lot of guns out
The
there.
guns might take over. What if the guns get sentient?
Sentient guns.
Yeah, that's a good Disney Pixar movie though. Like, oh,
Just lay
hunt.
wait.
I hunt. I help feed my family, and I go to the range, and I help the policeman, and I killed that bitch who was cheating on me the other weekend. I'd be like, Ralph,
My God.
settle down, bud.
You want to talk about coronavirus? You want
Nope.
to wait on that?
I got it on the show right here. We got
can't read
commercials,
your-
and then we got Minute with Mike.
Can't read your nonsense.
Pump action rifles.
No,
Let's
man.
go
I
through
mean,
all the
let's
rest.
be serious.
Let's be serious.
Let's be serious
Let's be
right now.
super
Let's-
serial.
Get down to it, fella.
Get your finger off my toilet
No,
paper,
no.
dude.
I'm finger jamming your toilet
Yeah,
paper.
don't finger jam my toilet paper, dude.
All right. You could defend your home and yourself with a handgun.
Could you defend it from this?
Yeah, this would have no stopping ability whatsoever.
What if you like covered your body in these, though, like, and someone shot a bullet and it was like, pew, every little piece of paper it hits, it has to slow down a little bit.
I mean,
Like,
that's
and
true,
you-
but it's not going to slow down enough to not
That's
cave your
stupid.
chest
I mean, if
in.
you had like 10 rolls on you, stacked, wrapped around you, there's a slight chance. that
Dude, you
might
must
not
feel
make
like an
Asshole.
right now. Semi-auto shotgun, so that I assume you can go.
it. Are you fucking Terminator? A fucking motorcycle. What the
I don't know. Maybe that's the deal with the shotguns.
I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as me.
Pump action shotguns. Okay, we'll get off that. And here's
All right, talk to me about.
living off the grid. If we want to go into that,
Let's
next,
do it.
That's the next thing.
Let's do it.
All right, I put a post on there that said, "Hey, who's ready?" And this was kind of before the craziness broke out. But who's with me to live off the grid? Kind of, because I want to live half in off the grid and half off, which you'll see a little diagram here if I have it. Oh, that's actually interesting. Maybe I didn't keep the right fucking infograph up. But I had a little infograph. Well, this is a living small. Maybe I got the same fucking things. I fucked up, guys. I fucked up.
Okay, whatever. Tell me about it.
I don't fucking have it. But there's different levels of living off the grid. You can live totally off the grid where you're like, you can live off the grid with a little bit of power, or you can kind of live like, in a community in the woods a little bit. So there's different layers of it.
Okay.
And I just looked up some articles. What's the first step? And on their post, 140 people responded and said, yeah. And you assume 80 to 90% of those people are like, fuck it. Even 95% of them. That's still about 20, 25 people who are like, okay, like for real. And it's me and my sister are super different. Like we could not be any more different as far as our
Personalities and
our likes, dislikes, all that stuff. I mean, we have a lot of similar taste in music, but as far as the way we live our lives too, very different. We've always kind of got along through trauma, that trauma bonding shit. We all know the fucking shit we've gone through. Not that it was horrible or anything, but the just brother and sister shit. But then with so we have the deal, and where was I going with
You're
that?
talking about you and your
Living
sister
off the
living off the grid.
She
Yeah.
said she wanted to live off the grid too, and I wanted to live off the grid. I was like, fuck, even someone who has it pretty much made, has it everything that you think that you kind of, we're good.
Want or value.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good citizens.
Sure.
We're valued members of the church. Like kind of when I was a kid, what was the stature symbols? What people who were just living a good life, who were doing it the best way they knew how.
Right.
And so it was interesting. This happened a few years ago where I was like, fuck, everybody kind of wants to get away from it all and kind of, I always imagine waking up and having the thought of what am I going to do today? Like when I went on that fishing trip, it was like, what am I going to do today? The only thing I was missing was my family.
Sure.
I had my housing taken care of and my food taken care of. And I was thinking if you extrapolate that out for a year,
Yeah.
your house is 2 years, 5 years, you have enough to keep you alive and happy on property,
Dude, it puts things in perspective, right? Like this is something that has affected the way I think politically, the way I think, like, to me, like that is it's an actual real life goal for me. Like it's been something I've been actively working towards for a couple of years, trying to gather the resources and make sense of when the kids graduate and what, because it's remote. And when you see like a bunch of people living that life, you understand like they've actually reached your dream. Some people, the dream looks like, sports cars, and it looks like, a life of opulence. And some things it looks like, for some people it looks like a peaceful river and a pole in the water and, fresh food, silence in the woods. For some people that is the dream. And trying to, for me, like if it's something I'm aspiring to, like there's also something to be said for like the people that have already gotten there and are already doing that. I'm like, oh yeah, like because there's always like a big debate or argument around like the way that voting is set up and how these population centers and the popular vote should be more important. But that popular vote, these city centers, they don't apply to the same kind of life that these people that are in this remote, like they aren't measuring success the same way. Right. And one feels as though the other should be beholden to it. But for me, the person that's out here that's kind of stepped outside of it and just wants to be free, just wants to be, whatever, left to their own devices.
And they're dumb. They live out in the country and they don't know what's going on because the cities have all the art and music and everything that's good. And that's a country bumpkin out there. You help me. I love that you're my partner in all this because you help me go, yeah, now people in the city are finally figuring out that these people have it figured out there. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, it is kind of reversal.
Well, you just see
nature.
things. You just a little bit of perspective, man. The more and more you get out in it, and you're like, well, man, if this is how I vacation, could it be how I live? And I don't think it's all, it sounds great on the surface, but it's hard work.
Sure.
If you're homesteading, especially, it's very hard work to set up a permaculture setup and
so much more
and be
rewarding
self-sustainable.
than-
Well, sure, but it might look like 12, 13-hour days, but you're working on your plot, your thing. And you've effectively made that thing, your focus, laser, laser focus on what you're doing. And at this point, there's nothing else going on except for this square plot of land, or whatever. So
I know I talked about the kid. I talked about it to my kids. Talked to my kids about it.
Good.
Thank you. And they didn't raise an eyebrow really. They handled it. I told them hey, here's what the deal is, and they were like, oh, okay. To which I know it's not a real thing, but I just wanted to get their reaction to it.
Sure.
And I assumed they would think, oh, God. And I have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old. The 10-year-old, his best buddy has actually moved away. The kid, he has a few buddies, but one kid who he's like, yeah, this is my bud. He's moved away the last 2 years. So then I started to think, well, I have no control over that.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've all been kids and said, I want to be homeschooled. I'll be homeschooled. Yeah, homeschool me, mom and dad. If you could really create a community of kids where they could interact, and there's somewhere in Missouri, I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, and maybe you've heard of it, the Dancing Rabbit Eco Village that's in North Missouri.
okay,
It's equidistant between Des Moines, and St. Louis.
Do you want to look it up here?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I got us over here. Here's just some villages. I started to look up where is it happening. Here's 7 places in the U.S. you should consider. The first one is Three Rivers Recreation. I think it's in Michigan.
Central Oregon.
Or yeah, 2 of them are in Oregon. So I think
That's cool as shit.
This one is the Greater World Community. It's the Earth Ship subdivision. So
Oh, I think I watched a documentary on that. That's cool.
That's really cool. Brighton Bush, which how about that, dude?
That looks beautiful.
That's in
Pretty dope.
Oregon as well.
I'd love to go there.
I mean, that's a hot springs retreat and conference center. If you had a nice little piece like that too, your income comes from letting people in every once in a while.
Sure.
Earth Haven looks like a bad brochure.
Earth Haven is sterile.
That's rough. That's rough. Nestled in the mountains of North Carolina. So, okay. This place also did not wow me at all. Whatever.
That
This is
looks
just
like a
one
sober
place.
house.
And it's in Mendocino County, which what's going on there. And then here we go, Dancing Rabbit Eco Village. Welcome to the Dancing Rabbit. It's an eco village in northeast Missouri that's home to 45 residents dedicated to living sustainably and making a cultural change. The community focuses on living simply, using renewable energy, and building homes out of sustainable and reclaimed materials.
I'll be damned.
So then there's another one, Twin Oaks. Here, I'll take it. Actually, let me take it here to this. So here's the website for it. I mean, look at this. If this doesn't look like a total fuck fest, I don't know what does. look at this guy fucking asking for it, dude. Oh, I'm on this step ladder now, but imagine me fucking bent over it, big boy. So this is I mean, I'm just kidding. It's halfway between Des Moines and St. Louis. So you can never really get, what's that, 3.5 hours, I think, 3.5 hours away. I looked it up. 3.5 hours away, yeah,
Okay.
it is. I like to pretend like I didn't look things up and be like, did you? Yeah, that's right. I think so. And then someone looks it up and they're like, Steve fucking knows this shit, man. I never believe that shit. So it's about 3.5 hours away. And I never knew this place existed. But you can visit this place. You can visit it for a weekend, a permaculture course, a yoga retreat, a women's retreat, which Mike already tried to sign up for when we first got here, when we talked about it, which was weird. He's like, gonna be a bunch of chicks there. Sweet. Sweet. But yeah, so this looks like we got Mike's pickup lines coming up next. Yeah, that's gonna be the worst part of the show. Like the stuff we have to say. You have to say it too, or you're off the show.
I'll say it.
I'll say it. I love this dude. All right, so that's kind of interesting, right? They're doing it. They're actually.
Missy says, "Let's do it and not make a website," and I'm like,
"Oh, for real."
But I mean, how many people are doing it? I think it's becoming more and more palatable. I remember the first time I saw a tiny house, I'm like, dude, that's the idea right there. Give me that little bad boy in the middle of nowhere.
This one family had two next to each other, one for their kids and one for them.
Yep. Dude, that's the jam. For real, that's the jam. I thought it out bigger than that. Like, if you wanted to have a little community, you have a community of tiny houses, and then smack dab in the middle, you have like a mess hall.
I call it a clean hall because you better keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Be a good neighbor.
Keep it clean. And,
so anyway,
here's a list on how to do it. Learn to save energy. This is prepping for it. Curb your spending. This is prepping, getting ready for it.
Okay.
Attend a workshop. That's where the Eco Village comes in. We can use them. We can use them for everything that they are. We can steal all of their ideas, and then we can move those assholes off the land with our Bronze Age weaponry. And this brings up your fucking point. We're just gonna reverse everything. Fucking longbows, just like about 3 or 4 of us, just fucking. Okay, so consider living small. That's
It's me, buddy. It's me, buddy.
Do some traveling. Check it out. I don't know. Do a trial run. Live in a cabin for a week.
Live in that cabin because you'll definitely not die.
My God.
Learn how to supply your own food, okay? And watch this ad for the air care.
Air Med Care.
Air Med Care Network. They're a new sponsor.
New sponsors of the Hoosier Sophisticated.
Here's the best idea, though. Look at this. Look what it says right here.
Going off the grid doesn't mean you have to do everything on your own. Finding a community of like-minded off-gridders can be an
invaluable source. Sing it, dude. Start over. In your quest to unplug from modern society.
Going off grid doesn't mean you have to do everything on your own. Finding a community of like-minded off-gridders can be an invaluable source in your quest to unplug from modern society.
Hey, keep it down out there, man.
Okay, so that's all I got on that. We'll pick up on the coronavirus when we come back.
All right,
go to
let's
break
do it.
and
Let's
then
give them a little commercial action. Actually, you know what? To wrap that up, let's remind you what that segment was.
Hey, it's the Hoosiers Facebook group.
Sophisticated Hoosiers.
And we like to talk about love and other stuff that helps us, but mostly it's about come. Most of the memes are about come, but then we try to make your life a little brighter. Look on the sunny side, man, and then grab your lighters and smoke some of that weed. Do that ketamine, cause we're talking about the things that you love. It's not a sex cult. Yeah, I said it's not a sex cult at all. Okay, maybe it's a sex. Oh, it's definitely a sex cult. It's definitely a sex cult. Definitely a sex cult. You gotta get in the bed on. Good God.
Yeah, girl. You know I'm just looking for a little princess. Shove a pineapple in my ass and spit in my mouth. Call me a pig and tell me to hold my jizz until your parents can come watch. Yeah. No, go ahead and make it 3 fingers. right, we can shoot for 4. Okay, baby.
And now it's time for Freaky Fun from the fan page.
Hey girl, where you wanna go?
I don't care, I just love you.
Are you hungry? Do you wanna get something to eat?
I don't care, I'm kinda hungry.
Well, what sounds good?
Anything sounds good, you pick.
How about some Mexican?
No, I had that for lunch yesterday.
How about we get some Italian food?
Ew.
Okay, now you're not saying anything and just giving me a
want
look.
something delicious.
What does that even mean?
I want to sit outside.
Applebee's?
Applebee's
No,
is
Applebee's.
gross.
Applebee's
I'm not
is
eating
good.
Applebee's.
I don't know why you're always
Applebee's
hating on
fries are
Applebee's.
disgusting.
Applebee's is one of
They're
my favorite darn
gross.
places to go ever.
I'm not eating Applebee's.
I wanna go to
Truman's. Let's go to Truman's. Soulard, go to Truman's. I wanna go to Truman's. In Soulard, take me to Truman's. We agree on Truman's. I love Truman's. Soulard, I love Truman's. Soulard. Truman, 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 Truman.
Truman's in Soulard, a place we can all agree upon.
Shut up, you idiot.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961-4800.
Hey everybody, I'm just making this post as a little public service announcement. I recently had a roof leak and I got online and called the #RoofBoys. They showed up and they didn't have a truck. They came out of the woods near my home, which was odd. When they showed up, I'm pretty sure they were children. The little one was aggressive. He was beating on my garage. He was shirtless and had a tattoo that said Bug Life. And the older one didn't have a ladder and said he would climb my roof by getting on the pillar, and he was slapping a spatula around, which I don't know what a spatula does for roofing. So if you want a reputable roofer, I recommend you go to Lifetime Roofing and Renovation, located in Webster Groves. They've been around since 2005, and they're grown men.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get.
Whoa, Kippy, you can't.
Well, I was just
no,
gonna
you
say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
wanna
were
get
gonna
in trouble.
Sounded like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Well, we're gonna have an awesome new segment, Craig. I think it's gonna be awesome. Share this right now. We got a new segment. We saw our new segment before. It was killer.
It might be a sex call.
It was the best. It definitely.
It's
is.
almost certainly.
It's certainly one. Especially after all that. Did you not see the end photo? Or like, oh God. Okay, so we wrote pickup lines for Mike. For our Instagram man Mike, Weatherman Mike, for our Minute with Mike. We're going to throw him up on the screen. He's going to have a girl that he's trying to pick up during the pandemic, because I know that me and my wife, we share all the same viruses right now, you know?
Sure.
I know. We swap them back and forth all the
Yeah.
time. We're creating super bugs, you know what I mean?
Yes, super. I think I know what you
Super
mean.
fucks create super bugs, bro. You just got to get in there.
So are you calling your kids superbugs?
Yeah, Mike,
Okay,
settle
cool.
down.
Hey,
your
dude,
your
it's
minute's
okay.
coming up. Your minute hasn't started yet. But we're gonna everybody share this. Everybody and create. We love user generated content. Are you
do.
enjoying this shit?
Yeah.
Are you having fun? Do you think this is funny? Take screenshots. Make memes. Help us do something.
Be somebody.
We can't clip. There's apps you can get on your phone. There's iMovie. There's literally anything is at your whimsical desires now with apps. Search anything.
Sure.
Search a porn where a monkey's having sex with a zebra right now. I'll wait right now. Mike, pull it up on the screen.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I have the mouse over here. All right, guys. So we're going to hit you. Craig, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to hand them our sheets. We wrote these down earlier today. They are pickup lines for single people, single guys.
Just trying to land one during the pandemic,
Yes.
man.
So you guys vote on which ones are the best,
All
and the
right,
game
all right.
is Craig wrote
Here
them.
we go.
I have not seen them. Mike has not seen them. I have written 6. Craig has not seen them. Mike has not seen them. Mike has seen none.
Greg, can you text my wife and tell her I'm sorry? And
Yeah, sure. Well, hey, if anything, you're about to get lucky, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Your wife's gonna be frothy
No doubt.
when you get home,
I mean,
dude.
you might as well be Luther. right
yeah,
there,
dude. Dude, she
Come
could
on,
come
man.
here and you could come home and you could just.
Hey, we're
slip
just trying to
slide
lay
all
out a
the way
path,
home.
dude.
Thank
We're
you.
trying to lay out
I
a path
appreciate
for the
Man.
train.
And Bobby
Really
Battlehawk
do.
will
Thank
be
you.
back. He
I
is
didn't
not
look
dead.
at
He
it
is
that way.
not.
He's holed up right
He's
now.
stewing right now,
Okay.
but he's going to be back.
Okay.
So we're going to switch it over. I'm going to hand these off to Mike, and we're going to do pickup lines in the pandemic. Pandemic
pickup lines.
And whoever laughs, if Craig laughs at mine, I get a point, and if I laugh at yours, I get a point. So we're trying not to laugh.
Well, I know. I mean, you know what I wrote, and
All
I
right,
know
so-
what you wrote.
Now, I'm
Well,
just.
I'll know that I didn't write it.
I'm
I
not
know.
gonna. I'm not gonna say whose these are, right?
Hold on, let me take you to the. I got a screen for this.
Nope, that ain't it.
It's a minute with Mike. It's a minute with Mike.
It's a part of the show no one really cares about. It's a minute with Mike. It's a minute with Mike. It's something we do to make him feel good, so he doesn't drive his car off the bridge.
If I'm gonna be right here,
Okay.
this is where I need to be. Right here. Okay.
Here's Mike.
All right.
All right. There y'all are. Okay.
There's Mike, and here's the girl he's trying to pick up. He's in a
Okay.
Winnebago. He's
Alright.
traveling the country. The pandemic has hit these gypsy people really hard. This chick's just munching on a piece of pepperoni pizza.
I think it's
just,
meat lovers, man.
Just oh yeah, you damn right it is.
know what I mean?
And she's like, well, I've had 3 meats on this pizza. How about I get 2 more? And she's like, meet my friend Fabian, and she brings him in too. And she's like, I hope you didn't think you were the only piece of sausage I was going to eat this evening. Okay, so here we go, Mike. We're gonna see if you make her say "ooh la la" or if you make her say "ew, gross." This guy's a grody. Man.
Okay. And again, I have not even looked at.
He's
these
never
yet.
seen these.
Talking to that mic, buddy.
Here we go. I see.
Or turn it up. Turn it up if you want
All
to.
right. Do you got me?
Yep.
Yep.
There we
Make
go.
sure you're kissing
Okay.
them 6s.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm kissing 6s.
Okay, kiss them 6s.
All right. Hey, baby. Do you have any extra toilet paper? I'm all out because I jerk off into the toilet and I produce a lot of cum, mama.
1 point for me. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. Okay. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. And she says, what is the girl's reaction? Oh!
She likes to get right to the point.
Oh, shit.
I'm into it.
Okay, so that's 1 point for me. All right, Craig's turn. Read his top one.
Okay, so. Hey, girl. What's another couple viruses?
Is that it? Okay, 1 point for Craig. 1 point for Craig. And what does the girl think? She's eating pizza and now she is frothy. she's frothy. Okay, Mike. Now let's hear Steve's pickup line. Pandemic pickup line number 2.
Okay. Hey, girl. You got a nice set of quarantini little tits on you. Real perky like.
Okay. Take one more stab at that. And self-quarantine is one word. Say that like it's one word.
You got a space in the middle.
I know, it's a dash.
Oh, okay. Hey, girl, you got a nice set of self-quarantine little tits on you. Real perky like.
Self-quarantine little tits. What does she think? What does the girl think? Ew! She does not like it. Point for Craig. Point for Craig.
Okay.
All right, Craig's pandemic pickup line, numero dos.
Nah, I'm not worried about corona. It's airborne and you're not going to be breathing much longer anyway.
And she says, ew, you're going to murder me. That's super gross. I'm not into it. Okay. All right. Steve's pickup line. We're halfway home. Steve's pickup line, numero tres for Mike and his people.
Hi. Do you need a ride to the hospital? Here, get in my van. Now, or else motherfuckers don't move. Do you love your family? I tried real hard for that one.
That was good. You read it perfectly. You read it exactly how I imagined. And she thinks that joke is funny, but she doesn't know it's true. She's frothy. Okay. Now Craig's pandemic pickup line. Numero tres.
Statistically, we have a better chance of not contracting this virus if we do this through the glory hole.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I love bad jokes. That's my kink.
Dad jokes get him every time.
I love front teeth. They're my jam. Okay.
All right, sorry, I butchered that a little bit.
Number 4.
Hey there, you beautiful enchantress.
Okay, wait, we need to do like a hooked on phonics thing before we
I'm
focus
trying to read it, and I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Hey there, you beautiful enchantress. I see a little. Is that Lil? You want me to start over?
Yeah, whatever you
Hey
got.
there, you beautiful enchantress. I see a you. I see a me. What I want to see is a coronavirus.
Hey, a coronavirus instead of a you and a me.
Yeah, what does it say at the end?
I'm glad that followed my glory hole one.
Is that the end of it?
Coronavirus.
Who wrote that one, Scott?
That's it. That's it.
Scott wrote that one. Wah, 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 wah. All right, go on to Craig's number 5. These will get better.
Maybe not.
It's fucking ridiculous. All right, so
Craig's number 5.
don't be so uptight, sugar. I don't plan on coughing into that thing. I know what I'm doing. Oh my! No.
Mike said that before.
I wanted it to roll off the tongue.
Okay. And she says, Ew, coughing's gross. All right.
All right. So now you have one really big one that's like a paragraph, right?
Yeah, that one's at the bottom. Read that
Okay,
one. It's good.
And then you have something on back.
Yep.
Okay.
Read the one at the bottom.
I love hearing Jenny laugh upstairs.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you, ever. I have a lot of money and a ton of supplies in an island I purchased in the Caribbean for just such an occasion. I know this is weird, but would you like to accompany me and 3-pound cock to the island? Good. Now get in the fucking van or I'll kill you. I'm fucking serious. They'll never find your body. I am so sorry.
This is a keeper segment.
It's absolutely. This will be every week.
I have all of the supplies.
Seriously, get in the fucking van. We didn't know what we could get Mike to say.
And apparently
I didn't go as far as
Reddest I've ever been.
I didn't go as far as
I'm
Steve.
crying.
All right.
All right, Mike.
Craig's got 2 more.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we each. Yeah.
Let's play a game. It's called You Call Me a Slut and Spit in My Mouth and Try to Come Before I Die.
What's with you and the spitting in the mouth, man?
It's coronavirus, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we get it.
I know, but it just seems like a lot.
Well, I'm into it. You know, a little bit of truth and everything.
Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. What do the girls think about it?
You got that right, girl. I like to ride that line, man.
Yeah. Okay, last one of the night, right? Or does he have one more?
I think we each got one.
You've
Okay.
got
One on the back, and I got one more.
All right, do you want me to read
Yeah,
them
read
all
them
back?
both. Read them both. Obviously.
Which
One on the back.
Mine.
Excuse me, señorita. Uno más beso por la taco coda eka. Let me kiss you on your succulent.
Wait, hold on.
Let me.
I meant to, it's AKA, not AKA. Okay, that's not part of the Spanish. Okay, so do it except you say AKA instead of AKA. Okay, I know that one's tough. That one was actually tough. And really let it.
I don't know.
This is the language of
I don't
your
know if
people.
I've ever laughed so hard that I've thrown up, but I just got real close.
All right. You ready? Excuse me, señorita. Uno más beso por la taco coda, a.k.a. let me kiss you on your succulent taco. Let me eat that butt like the cure for coronavirus is in there.
Ding, 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 ding,
Mike,
ding.
you just sold that one, bud.
You nailed it, dude. She can't do that enough, dude. She is trembling after that. Okay, let's hear Craig's last one.
Okay, here we go. What do you say we go back to my place and I shoot this virus into your iris?
Well, that was Mike's last show. We're going to clip all those off. I'm fucking crying. Shoot this virus into your iris.
I had to tip to Scotty on that one. He gave me a little help on that one.
Let's see the chat line, because that's... Mike, you nailed it, dude. Mike, you fucking nailed it, dude.
That was your minute with Mike.
Yep. A little longer than a minute.
Used that one last Tuesday. Sweet fucking Jesus. Should have wrote the A's upside down on AKA like a true pro.
Oh, is that how people do it?
I have no idea. It sounds Illuminati-ish.
AKA the A's are upside down. AKA. What the fuck is that? She lying to us. You're
Hey,
lying to us, dog.
The segment
Conspiracy
stays.
shit.
The
Jesus
segment
fucking
stays.
Christ.
The segment plays.
Damn it, my phone went dead. Sweet fucking Jesus. Laughing my ass off. That was amazing. Laughy, laughy. Mike needs a raise after that. Y'all always getting paid nothing.
Yeah, you got to raise times a million, buddy.
Yep,
Yep, 1 million times what you're getting, what you're making right now.
As many guns as there are in America, that's how many dollar bills you get. That's like a trillion.
Quadrillion.
That's all of them, baby. You got them all. Which the economy? How about them just instituting?
Are we segueing? Perfect time, right?
I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy.
This shit is wild, dude. I mean, as far as even when all the news kind of came out, and I'm on board with the isolation thing. It's fine, whatever. We can
you're obviously on board with the isolation.
If this reduces, well, I mean,
you brought family members here.
Yeah, but we're not like tongue kissing or anything.
I'll tongue kiss your brother all night, dude.
No, but
no one will stop me.
All of it is like when the talk of the virus, like when the fucking the mad dash to the grocery stores to start grabbing, of all things.
I assumed this was made in China and they weren't gonna make it anymore.
No.
And then
like, all of our toilet paper comes from North America.
Dude, we're bidet motherfuckers, dude. Oh, shit, dude. If you don't have a bidet,
straight up,
you deserve to die of the coronavirus.
I gave out my referral code, like, I don't know, 100 times this week. Like,
no one used it?
No, yeah, I think maybe 2. And that's, I'm just judging you even more. I have actually seen a spike.
Did I use it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I had one at the time. That's the thing, is if we'd have thrown one out there with all the people in the group that have learned our ways, there's a bunch of smart poopers in the sophisticated Hoosiers.
No doubt.
I applaud
you.
We've upped the pooping game. And I mean, a lot of it's also just like, you want to sit at our table, you want to have our respect.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
You want to take it for a ride? You want to take this body for a ride? Rocco! That's what I gotta say to you.
Anyway, I always kind of feared the hysteria more, and I still think I fear the hysteria more than I do the virus, and that kind of comes from my own selfish place. I have a very low chance of, being damaged by this thing.
I just worry about like Jen's mom has
no doubt
compromised.
Yeah.
Aubrey, like little kids like that fucking can't catch
no
this
doubt.
shit.
No doubt. And it's the thing is like when this happens, like there is an inevitable. So we were talking earlier about it, like it starts with one person, starts with one thing, and that's contagion is crazy the way that it just sweeps out over the population. Probably the best thing we can do is isolate ourselves. Do I think that enough people are going to do it? Maybe to slow it. But people are still, the traffic patterns are pretty much the same out there when I guess like driving around. Like
that's the numbers game you just got to have. Because even if the pandemic started with one person, say I had it was incubating inside of this, just fucking incubating inside of it. And then it got into you. And it was like, ooh,
I want to be hero, boy.
I gotta get out of here. And then it incubates in you for a while, but then it's like, it's got some issues after that, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
And then it moves on to the next person, and we all kind of self quarantine, but then one asshole just kind of still has a lingering little sniffle. And then when the quarantine is over after 21, 28 days, that person is still out there. If it's really that big of a deal, I feel like they would say, shut the shit down.
They are.
A fucking, it's a mandatory shut down. Is that legal?
Yeah. Yes. That's something that I think about, right? Like we talk about, like, how free are we, right? Like right now. And
at the end of the show, Gina,
putting aside the fact that I just lost my train of thought there.
Where all the people are in the streets and they're rioting.
Yeah, putting aside like whether or not it's the right thing to do or not.
Martial law.
It's probably a smarter play to just isolate yourself from it, wherever. But the fact of the matter is, the markets have gotten tanked by this. Like people are just taking obscene wealth out of the market. The market's down 30% in a week.
Okay, so then they
so like economically,
put $1.5 trillion.
Yeah, the Fed pumped up.
They just pressed a button,
The
right?
Fed just made up $1.5 trillion.
Is that not going to lead to inflation?
Of course, yes. I mean,
So I don't-
all of this, but
And then
we've been
immediately
doing. This
went-
has been like the status quo since 2008.
Is that quantitative?
easing,
Yeah, I was going to say,
you
is
know,
that
like
quantitative?
just dumping. But here's the thing: like the numbers that they're throwing out there now, like first off, trillion. 10, 15 years ago was like kind of an obscene number, right?
Millions
like,
when we were a kid,
right.
a millionaire.
You know,
man.
I mean, in the billions for like GDP, like the way that we throw trillion around now is fucking insane. And so, like at $1.5 trillion, like if you do the math, you know, rather than give that relief to banks and keep that like structure, you actually could, if they're just gonna fucking pull money out of the fucking sky. You could break it up among every voting American, and it would be
Mitt Romney has a plan to
It would
do
be a
that.
sizable chunk of income that's ultimately going to get pumped right back into the economy anyway. If you were going to do that,
But it's a fiat currency
Oh, it's
anyway,
fucking
so
nonsense.
it's attached to nothing
It's
when it's
nonsense.
all said and done. I mean, I guess it's attached to the
But man, like,
petrodollar right
I
now.
started seeing it at work a week and a half ago, and like one of the things that we sell that's like a pretty regular. Really good trade show item, hand sanitizer. People love having it at their booth. People come by, you're shaking hands all day. Like, it's a great trade show item. There's no hand sanitizer. Like, I'm talking, I've got a lot of suppliers. There's abundant hand sanitizer. There's no container to put the hand sanitizer in.
Well,
I mean,
shit.
it's crazy, dude. Because, and a lot of that is held up in China. So like, there's also this lagging effect of how much of our goods produced come from China, and they've been shut down for 2 weeks. Like all of this is lagging behind, and it hasn't hit at home as big or as quickly as it has over in Europe or whatever. But it is coming, and it will spread, and the death tolls will be, substantial. And the best thing we can do is probably isolate ourselves. But more than anything, man, like your kids, my kids, they're off for 2 weeks. Got the call, last night or whatever. They're off until April. Like, I've never seen anything. We've never seen anything like this. This is insane.
Oh, well, even Dr. Mimi Vo, we got tagged in a post. I think Missy tagged us,
Yeah.
and then she was saying, hey, talk about this. The doctors are not being prepared in a way that they should be prepared in, and it's kind of this slow-moving thing. That's why it's weird. It's odd that it's a hurry up and wait emergency. It's very much, whoa, everything's a panic a little bit, but everyone calm down. It's okay. To me, it almost seemed like a little bit of a test, because I was actually watching a show, that pandemic show on Netflix, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, for hospitals, they have rehearsals for when this happens, and these crisis actors are in there and they're doing their whole thing, and they're getting ready for this type of pandemic, what to wear, what to do in certain situations, how to check for it. And to see Mimi Vo's post about how, well, shit, it's from the doctor's point of view, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this serious? Is this not like...
To build on, Morgan just said, Mimi Vo just posted a video about it earlier. 146,000 people in the greater St. Louis area could end up needing hospitalization. We only have 700 ICU beds in the whole St. Louis area.
That's like... What? That's like at least 1,000 more.
Yeah, it's almost like as many guns as there are.
That's a... That's fucking insane.
Dude, all the doctors are saying, okay, the best thing we can do is quarantine, which is great.
Can't stop
it's fine.
touching my face.
I don't get. I mean,
it's not like Outbreak. That would be fucking terrifying. Have you seen Outbreak?
I've seen it long time ago.
Well, I mean,
Dustin
it's
Hoffman?
within a day or two, and you're like,
Yeah.
boop, dop, shoop, bop, gone.
Yeah.
And that's biological warfare. And I actually thought,
Sure.
we're always talking about artificial intelligence, and this is kind of a high thought. I had it on the Missouri Cannabis podcast. You had a episode of the Missouri Psychedelic podcast.
We did, yeah.
Ooh, buddy, I can't wait. So subscribe to that. Subscribe, yeah, like and subscribe to the Psychedelic podcast, Missouri Psychedelic podcast, and Missouri Cannabis podcast. But to what I had the Missouri Cannabis podcast, and I did a live show.
You did.
When I was doing it, and I thought about how artificial intelligence The Joe Rogan podcast said that we cannot create a biochemical weapon as good as a virus right now. Just a straight up virus that we create, humans create, Mother Nature is so much better. What if right now machines are learning about and I think I actually have that on the desktop here, where it's machines, which we're going to get to some of the good, that's just not reloading. Refresh that. But where machine learning is working on the coronavirus. That's all right. Take us back to the chat. But it was about artificial intelligence helping us figure out the coronavirus. And dude, when you look up news of the coronavirus and good news stories, everyone and their brother has a vaccine for it.
Right on.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Okay, now everyone and their brother's like, our vaccine works. We're the best. We're first to market. We got the best vaccine.
Yeah, that's the scariest part. Is that will not during this
vaccine.
time it will not have to go through the rigorous standards.
No doubt.
That the FDA would
doubt.
normally do.
Okay, so what if artificial? And this is just a thought experiment. Artificial intelligence. They'll get so good at biochemical engineering,
mapping the genome,
that they'll be able to create a virus that you cannot stop as human beings. We cannot stop. But then you have to think about the good AI versus the bad AI, and whichever side they side on is what we're going to have to deal with. I'm sorry. I don't know,
man. Like,
I hate to be the guy to tell you.
I mean, I kind of, a couple days ago said I wasn't going to participate in the hysteria. I was not, I'm just like, this shit will level out if you guys let it level out. And like, I was going to the store every day, like I normally do, buying fresh food, meat, whatever for that night, because I live really close to the grocery store. And man, every time I went, like, it was getting a little more and more bare on just the most random shit, And I'm like, we already wanted to keep a bunch of non-perishables just because, just in case. But I mean, the other night, going to the store last night, like, buddy, I'm like, well, shit, I think my hand's getting forced. I think I have to get some rations. Like, I ended up spending a great, a fair amount of money, because to be so like smart and above it that you're not prepared at all for it, that seems fucking dumb, right? Like, I mean, our hands being forced, and I don't know how much of it's the virus and how much of it is just the fucking total hysteria surrounding it. I think it's a little bit of both. I hope that it's not, I hope that it doesn't have the ramifications that they project. But at the same time, like, what are we going to do? Look at it this way. We got to find a silver lining in the deal. There's a good chance we have 2 solid weeks with our families, like, at home. You can really get, and you can choose to binge it all away with Netflix, or you can make it a thing. Your kids are normally in school. Like, you can do some cool learning opportunities. What's the kind of stuff that you would want to teach your kids, or how would you want them to be taught about? Like, that's kind of what I'm looking at going into, is like, well, we had to talk with the boys. Like, I hope you don't think this is just a long spring break, because you can't go a month without, keeping up with some kind of intellectual exercise, So, I mean, we have an opportunity to get a little bit stronger at home. And I think that, like, I certainly got provisions to where if my friends needed some provisions, I could, I would like to help them with that, or, and I don't need all that much toilet paper because I got a bidet, because I'm not a cave person, Steve.
I just dab. I just got to dab
just a little pitter patter.
Yeah, dab. Just a little dab.
Dude, I mean, I'm saving so much money on toilet paper. I've considered buying a housemaid that's just there to just fan it.
In the land
just
where
fan the old knot.
In the land where toilet paper comes at a price, the men with the cleanest anuses will rule the world.
I never understood what the 3 seashells were in Demolition Man.
Now you do.
But now I can make perfect sense of the 3 seashells.
Now you know.
Perfect sense of them.
The thing that worries me is if the schools try to force parents to make their kids get the vaccine.
Yeah, no doubt.
Crazy.
Done a little digging. Right after Corona hit in China, they posted this genome online. There were like 8 companies in the world that can custom manufacture DNA. There's certain sections of DNA that these companies have all decided are too dangerous to give an unvetted laboratory. In the U.S., back in January, researchers made a copy of the virus in a lab doing a little digging. Nice.
Here, let me see if I have Draco on here. Do I have Draco anywhere? That's the wrong screen. Let's see here. These are all good stories. Oh, yeah, here. Have you guys ever heard of Draco?
Hit me with it.
All right.
I don't know that I have.
So Draco, broad spectrum antiviral therapeutics. These kill viruses. This is the Ryder Institute, which I think the guy's name is Ryder, but then it also has like an acronym up here.
Okay.
But I mean, if you can check this out in more depth, but we have created an initial version of Draco that shows that is non-toxic and effective against 18 different viruses, 13 mammalia cell types. I mean, and then if you go down a little bit, it shows they drew some squiggly lines here to show how it works, which I thought was awesome. So it's effective against 18 viruses, 3 of them being
some kind of coronavirus.
Some sort of coronavirus. All of these, but apparently it's the real deal. It's and I don't know too much about it. I just heard about it today, but I thought that was pretty fucking interesting, and they have a lot of research here to back it up. A lot of it's from
Check it out,
2011.
writerinstitute.org.
Yep.
Interesting.
Discovery, so they got all
So,
this.
okay, hypothetical.
And look at this. They even have a thing called the pharmacological augmentation of non-specific anti-pathogen cellular enzymes and activities panacea.
Okay. So, okay. Somebody comes to you next week and they say, we got it figured out. You got to take this vaccine. Do you do it?
Nope. Not yet.
Nope.
It's if it was like the shit they had in the outbreak, I'd be like, well, pump me with whatever you got to pump me with so I don't look like that melty bastard down there.
I get it. But for this,
and it's
even though you're
and I'm like, ew.
Even though you're a carrier, you'd rather ride that out in quarantine yourself than, essentially shoot a new drug up that hasn't really been tested all that much.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the vaccine. Here's the deal. I would only get the vaccine if I didn't, before we went out, got myself a nice gun and either had a... or if I got a... So if I got one of those, no vaccine. I don't get my hands on one of those.
Just shoot up all the juice?
I'll shoot it anywhere.
Okay. You probably shouldn't shoot it into your eyes.
I don't know. Maybe that's where they're telling you not to do it.
I don't think that I would.
So
either,
you
man,
should.
right out the gate.
Shoot a vaccine. 2 vaccines right in your eyeballs. Right in the centers of them.
There's just too much weird shit going on. Like, listen, I'm not suggesting this whole thing is, some big conspiracy. I think it could be. I think that it absolutely could have started out in some kind of nefarious fashion.
Have you seen the Wuhan market?
That's it's fucking crazy. That's the most likely scenario. The fucking health standards there are insane. Okay.
I didn't really buy into the cat and dog thing until I saw that, and I was like, oh, I guess that's true.
No, it's 100% true, man. I've had buddies that have eaten in
bats
in Asia and monkey brains and like
Would you
all
call
kinds
me
of crazy shit, man. Monkey brain.
Would you call me, man?
But I don't think that the whole thing's like this. The big fix is in. Maybe it could be. I wouldn't be as surprised. But there is a lot of stuff that is just super ominous right now. Even more so than the food. You can't find a 9mm round in St. Louis.
What about your CEO thing that you posted the other day?
The CEO thing is weird. And, it maybe, even if it is a harmless pledge or something that they made, when did they make it? To what end? Why is this happening? Why are 219 CEOs stepped down since the beginning of the year? And
is
there's
that
a bunch
more
more planned to go this year.
Any other year, I guess.
I mean, there's been other years where there's been CEOs that stepped down. A lot of times, this all happened, by the way, before the market started absolutely tanking.
Is their wealth, a lot of their wealth, tied into the market?
Yeah, I mean, it's investments, sure.
In Silicon Valley, they're always talking about you're vested. Your salary's this much, but you.
I mean, certainly they have plenty of liquid, but most of these big CEOs make $1 a year. And they're paid in stocks. You know,
Yeah.
so like, and that keeps their tax liability.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, raise the tax on the rich. That's fine. Most of them don't have like an income to tax. They just accrue assets.
They have a guy or a gal to figure
They
that shit out.
They accrue assets.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, that is just weird, man. Like, and I don't know what it is. I don't like
I know.
the fact that it's way less likely that it's a coincidence than it's orchestrated, right? Like, it's certainly some kind of orchestration. I don't know to what end. I'm not making any,
Did you miss the
suggestions
Bilderberg?
to what? Yeah, I did. Is that where?
Dude, was I
you didn't
supposed to
bring
pick you up?
notes?
I was supposed to pick
You're
you
supposed to
up.
take notes at least.
Shit, I'm an idiot.
Got my
my voice recorder on my phone open.
Like, let's just say that it was an orchestration. Like, what a bizarre, weird thing to do. And the timing of everything is a little, coincidental.
How much percentage do you give to the conspiracy theory? Because we're going to follow this all up. We're going to take another commercial break, follow it up with some good news, some streaming picks. But what percentage do you give it to the biggest conspiracy theory I have maybe heard since the 9/11 conspiracy theories, which World Trade 7? But
World Trade 7?
the one with the pedophile ring from throughout the world, all of them being busted at the same time. Hanks.
Yeah, that one
Allegedly.
I give less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
I
How
don't-
much do
yeah.
you want it to happen?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want all the bad guys to go away, but I just, to me, I can't wrap my head around who are the good guys in this scenario, you know? And that's the way you're going to bring shame on them and get them, is like you're going to give the entire world a fucking virus.
know.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
it doesn't. That one doesn't work for me.
But
like,
it
at
is
the same
weird,
time,
though.
like,
There's
a
a
lot
weird
of people
child
with a
thing.
gross amount of wealth have taken money essentially out of them. Or maybe not. I mean, they may have kept it in the market. That's fine. But like,
Well, I think there's just some
their
nefarious
timing,
shit.
their
happening with
timing
those
is all very
fuckers.
weird, and it's just strange times we live in, and it seems apocalyptic out there.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as like I was really making light of it before, the food thing was kind of crazy, but not any more crazy than like, the first time you get sleet or something. But like, I can't figure this out. I don't understand why people are
Because they're
hoarding
filthy swine.
toilet paper.
They're filthy
But whatever.
swine.
That's neither here nor there.
Schmears don't know how to think.
Yeah.
You think you can think correctly
No,
with
just
the
a
unclean
crusted up bung.
Nope.
Not a chance.
Nope.
It's disgusting.
Well, how much credence do you give to the well, not credence, I guess, but have you been paying attention to what's going on in Syria with Russia and Iran kind of having an oil war over there? And some people are saying that China also trying to push its way in to get everyone off the petrodollar. I mean, I know Gaddafi was talking about getting off the petrodollar.
Man,
and
I
you
think
saw what
there's-
happened.
I think there is.
You want to get off the petrodollar?
Yeah, I think there's huge. I think that's always a thing. I think
Yeah,
that's
the geopolitical
I think that's-
chess
I
pieces
think
are
that's
always moving.
going on. And I mean, there was a time when, China was really manipulating their currency not that long ago, and I mean, essentially showing way more wealth than they have. And it's always this jockey for power. Like, we owe them, they owe us. We spend our money on big
We owe
bonds,
them
so come and get it,
trillion.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, all that money you loaned us, I bought all those guns from that page.
Yeah. So
Good luck.
But I just, it's yes. I think there's right now there are the people in the back rooms, like they're playing. The game's gotten serious at this point. Like they're making moves.
Yeah.
And they have this kind of. If we're putting the tinfoil hat on, like they have this whole movie that we're watching out front, and it is affecting us. Like we're having to do things, and I mean, like I said, it got weird when
Quit touching
when
my toilet. You keep just handling
just-
it. Like,
well-
God, just like I have to touch my
stuff with it.
I got to touch. I usually wipe my balls now, which is weird. I have to wipe my balls because the splash gets on
Oh,
my
yeah, I
balls.
get it, sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
I never
yeah.
wipe my
I
balls
understand.
before.
Yeah,
Unless
but-
I got poop all over them. That's never happened before.
So the food thing was weird, but it really did start getting fucking strange, man. Like when somebody posted that they couldn't find any 9mm.
Yeah, that
and
is
then
weird.
it got even weirder when like the gun stores were like, we're not. Some of the states are saying we're not going to sell non-essentials, and some of them maybe possibly ruling against ammo being a non-essential. So there's stores that put signs up, we're not selling ammo at this time. Why the fuck not?
Because you can't handle it.
Why the fuck not?
You think I'm going to give you ammo? No.
I don't know, man.
Nope. Yeah, and
that's when shit started to get really strange.
One more story that's kind of on the dark side, then we'll get to the lighter side after this. The encryption. Did we talk about that a little bit? I think maybe at the beginning, where there's a bill going through Congress right now. Where
and our fucking little weasel dick fucking Senator Josh Hawley
he's a fucking part of
one
it,
of the
dude.
sponsors. He's such a dick.
Haas Jolly.
God damn.
Haas fucking Jolly.
I tried to tell you guys about Austin Peterson. I tried to tell you.
I
We
know.
had him on the show a couple times.
Yep.
Fucking
You guys
this
screwed
guy's
the
a
pooch
fucking
on that
clown
one.
shoes. Anyway,
And it's pretty much legalization of reading any encrypted data. The Signal and the Messenger. WhatsApp is not one. They can read everything on there.
Sure.
Patriot
Facebook
Act.
owns it.
Yes, it's fine.
Facebook owns it. Believe me, they can read it.
But these encrypted, which they said they can probably read a lot of the encrypted messages anyway, maybe, But this makes it legal. So everything's legal. Everything's good and legal. And I think
it would force them to offer them a backdoor into their encrypted messaging, which defeats the fucking purpose of encrypted messaging.
And Vault 7, if you haven't heard of Vault 7 mentions how car companies and Samsung and all of these companies have backdoors into their TVs, into their cars. And because remember when Michael Hastings from Rolling Stone, his car blew up, his engine was a quarter mile away, and they were questioning Mercedes. I think he drove Mercedes, and they're like, so can you remote access the car? And they're like, no comment. And I remember reading it going, why the fuck were they saying no comment? And then what is happening? What's happening?
No comment.
There it is. There it is. It's back. But with the Michael Hastings thing, that Audi was like, oh yeah, we can remote control all these, or one of the other car companies was like, fuck yeah, are you kidding?
How they could take over the computer.
Here, yeah, I'm driving your car to my house right now. Ass blood.
Ass blood.
Shit, I'll do it right now. So, all right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna go to another commercial break.
And we'll have some fun.
Then we'll finally have some fun. We'll have some fun around.
Let's talk about maybe the next movie we'll watch as a group. We could do that. We'll have some streaming picks.
And let's talk a little bit about the watch parties, what they are.
No doubt. That sounds great. Guys, we're going to go to commercial here. Thanks for tuning in to Hoosiers Fist tonight. We're having some fun.
James Carlton Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome, amazing, astonishing, astounding, fabulous, incredible, fantastical, phenomenal, prodigious, stupendous, unbelievable, wondrous, divine, fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house, go on and get it insured. You got a car, you gotta get it insured. You got a life, go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net. Fantastical, stupendous, fantastic.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly?
Yeah.
And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too.
Oh,
because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Come to Privilege, I got good price.
8 inches and 2 hours for game time.
This is one of the best Cubans. I try a Cuban everywhere I go, and this is one of the best damn Cubans I've ever had. And we've got a little white cheddar mac here with a little cracker mac. Life changing, incendiary.
Everywhere I go, I try the Cuban. This time I didn't. I got the grilled cheese bacon burger.
Look at that thing.
With put some pepper jack on there, some jalapenos, and we got some crinkle fries. And all I can say is, oh baby, grow baby.
As you can see, this was once a delicious plate of coconut scrimps, and I devoured it. And if I had to say, if I had to give a review real quick, I'd say it's an orgasmic feast of the senses.
And I love meat.
See ya at Truman's, guys.
Virus time. Virus test. All right, good news. Good news. Hey, we're back. We're good. It's Monday night. Guys, we love you. We love you guys commenting. Please comment. That jumps us in the algorithm. We're all about beating the machines. We have to. They're coming. 24/1.
They're coming for us.
So please share the show. Please show as much love. Tell your friends. Clip parts. Make it fun.
Subscribe to the podcast, Missouri Cannabis Podcast, Missouri
you.
Psychedelic Podcast.
Support our sponsors, Lifetime Roofing.
Roof.
Any exterior needs you need, they're the people to talk to. Just talk to them.
Wind's been crazy lately, too. You have wind
Wild,
damage on your
man.
roof. You have wind damage.
Jesus, settle
Yeah,
down.
no, you have it.
God,
call
dang.
314-800-0426.
And then
They'll
James
give you a free estimate.
James Carlton will take care of you. He's
He
just a
will.
great human, just
He
a
will.
great person to be around.
I wish he was my dad.
We got Truman's. You just saw that last commercial. They got the most beautiful fucking food ever.
The cheese
in town.
curds. The tensile strength on the
And we
cheese
have a
curds.
new sponsor, who's the Spanish Society.
Yeah.
Which that's our little Liechtenstein. That's where we had Kyle Kistner's little deal. That's
our little Liechtenstein.
That's where we have the washer.
Is that where they
tournament.
have their own rules? No, that's Luxembourg.
Yeah, perhaps.
Luxembourg
is a very tiny.
It's real
country,
tiny where they
real
make their
small
own
country.
fucking rules, dog.
Well, yeah, they're
and
a
they're all
sovereign
about.
nation.
You know what's legal there?
Sure. What's that?
Blocka. Fucking Blocka. Liechtenstein. Blocka, schlocka, Blocka.
Okay,
No,
I thought
Luxembourg.
Liechtenstein didn't sound very
Liechtenstein?
Spanish. You know, it could be like our own little Barcelona.
Oh, Madrid.
Barcelona.
Madrid.
Spain. Yeah,
See, a little
Okay,
Barcelona.
Mike. Sorry, dude. We're
Spain.
trying to have a little fun over here. Jeez Louise.
And the washer tournament. That's what goes on there as well.
Authority on all things Latin.
Here's how you say it, white man. Here's how you say it, white man. Oppressors. Here's how you say it, oppressors.
All right, here's what we want to get across to you guys in this crazy time that we're having. I even asked my dad, I'm like, you seen anything like this? And I was like, what about 1918 with the Spanish flu?
He's like, my dad wasn't
born
even
in 55,
born then.
ass blood. And I was like, don't call me that.
Don't
That's
call me
my
ass
deal.
blood.
Don't call me ass blood, ass blood. We just went back and forth.
Back and forth.
So this is something I found from Reddit. This is the perfect time to start being extra kind to people and offering help any chance you can. We can use this crisis to our own advantage. Let's demonstrate humanity and show them we're capable of putting partisan, religious, racial differences aside. Except for Latinos, this crisis could unite us, which was good. Which is good. And then here you see, I thought this story was pretty cool.
Okay.
This is an Italian hospital, ran out of ICU valves, and you know how I've always been on the 3D printed. Okay, Mike, we got the 3D printed valve.
Test me.
And, and at the time of writing, 10 patients are accompanied by breathing machine uses a 3D printed valve. Bud,
right on.
You like 3D printing?
I'm
or
a
are you
big
anti.
fan. I'm a big 3D printing.
You
fan.
anti 3D printing?
Never. No.
Okay.
You can make anything out of a 3D printer. You can 3D print a
Oh,
house.
and here you go. This is what I was talking about early. World's most powerful supercomputer used for coronavirus research. This is how it ends.
Okay.
This is how they learn what defeats us.
Okay.
This is the only thing that can beat us.
Yeah, this is how we won the War of the Worlds. Common cold, baby.
Oh man, Tom Cruise, dude.
Well, H.G. Wells.
Okay, and here's Toronto's pro sports franchises are creating a special assistance fund to assist arena and stadium staff should they be in need of extra financial assistance above and beyond.
I saw that
lost
Cuban
wages.
was doing that as well. This is interesting. I actually saw. I don't have this in front of me.
It's a racist. It's called
But
a
the first, his name is Mark Cuban. He owns the Dallas Mavericks. He's also on Shark Tank. Cuban.
Thank you.
Cuban.
Okay, Mark
sorry.
Cubano.
Derailed me.
We did it.
I saw a deal where like the last couple of outbreaks that have happened have followed a Toronto sports championship. So it was like the first Toronto Maple Leaf championship
They never
was
had
followed
one.
by it was like 1918 or something, like
was
some
a long
fucking
time
little
ago.
squad on a pond.
Yeah,
they got it, and then it was the Spanish flu.
Like, hey boy,
Hey, old boy,
chop,
pass the old black biscuit in the old wicker net.
It was just like that. And then, I don't know. Then the Blue Jays won some. I don't have this in front of me. I
can tell.
You brought this up, and then now recently. Oh yeah, when the Raptors won their first one.
Remember the Raptors, and they would all be like,
We have this
Raptors,
shit right after the Raptors
they
won,
fucking
and then it was like the Blue Jays won one. It was like H1N1. I don't fucking know.
Joe Carter died of H1N1 after he hit that Game 7 home run.
That's not factual.
They called it, instead of swine flu, they called it fucking pimp flu because that dude could have got his wiener licked by a plethora of. Imagine hitting a home run in Game 7 of the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
Have your pick, bud. Mm-hmm. Craig, have your pick.
Okay.
Pick it.
All right.
Get it. Pick it out, man. Pick it, man. It's your night.
Okay.
You hit the fucking home run. You did it. You deserve this.
I agree. Yeah.
That's Toronto. That's what Toronto's doing.
Okay. Yeah, great. Yeah, there's something to do with championships. Fuck it.
And look at this. This is pretty cool. Please split this tip. God, this guy. How does this
Tab equally between
Tip.
Tara, Nikki, Jim, Liz, and
the Aryan Nation.
Yeah.
Why does he want to split it with them?
Aaron. The tip amount is $2,500. Well, good for you.
What if there's
Tara,
a guy?
Nikki, Jim, Liz, and Aaron.
No, there's two guys there. One guy's name is Evan, and the other guy's name is Aaron.
Aaron.
And they're both like, "What, man? He only put one of us on there. Those are V's." And the other dude's like, "Those are R's." And then the other dude's like, "Blacka, blacka, blacka." And fucking gets him.
I wouldn't give a shit. The
That
tip
guy
amount
knows.
is
You're fucking
2,500.
burnt.
Fuck yeah.
So this guy tipped $2,500.
Fuck yeah.
Right on.
I mean, his bill was $25.40. So he's one of those, taxation is fucking theft guys, which I'm with.
All right.
So that's it. Those are the good stories that came out.
Guys,
of this,
there's all
man.
kinds of good. We always have an opportunity to do something great for the community. We get to choose what filter we get to put on this whole thing. I always talk about how much of a fan of winter I am because it feels like it's all of us versus the cold, right?
Yeah, you
and
do
this
say
is
that
this
all
is
the
very
time.
similar,
Yeah.
except it's a different
Versus
kind of cold.
End it.
All right,
Shut it
here we go.
We like movies, so do you. We like internet, so do we. It's the streaming picks of the week and Netflix. It's the streaming picks of the week and many YouTube TV. The streaming picks of the week. We like the internet too until the virus ends the internet or the internet ends us with a virus. Yes, you heard it from me first, cause I don't eat Longhorn steer for breakfast.
What are you watching this week, Steve-O?
I've been watching our watch parties, which on Facebook, we pick a movie now is what we've been doing. We call them COVID watch parties, and we start them at like 8 to 9 to 10 o'clock at night, and people can just get on their phones. Jenny and I have been sitting next to each other. We team it up on the TV, watch it, and then we comment. Usually we'll say something to each
Are
other.
you
and say,
mirroring
look
it
at
onto the TV? Or?
No, sir. I just find it on the TV somewhere. Luckily, all these movies have been on the TV
Okay,
somewhere.
so you kind of try and time it a little bit.
It's totally timed up.
Okay.
I just get the movie to where it is, wait to where my watch party is, and then wait for the right moment because then I know what's happened on it, and then I got it.
Right on.
And then I got it, so I watch it on the TV, and then I just comment away on our watch party. And we watched 3 movies so far: Tremors, Bloodsport, Tremors, which is like these fucking worm snake
Ground
things,
worms,
yeah, and it's Kevin Bacon.
Dust to Dawn, right?
Yep, and then From Dusk to Dawn, From Dusk to Dawn, and Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Love it.
So it's been very interactive. We've
It's
had
fun,
some
man.
funny motherfuckers.
Key Yang was great.
Killing me, dude.
Yeah,
and
he's
even
great.
Missy was on there, and Leslie.
The first night I was out.
Oh yeah, I know. They were like, Craig snored.
Yeah, I was
She took
out.
video footage of you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. You should probably snore because of the GIMP mask.
Yeah, well, you would think.
Is it not?
Well,
Is it part of
the
it?
gag actually. So
Is it?
I got this custom gag setup that helps out with my sleep apnea. It works like instead of a mask,
It's like
yeah. Like gate mouth.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. I like when you did that dance in our video. I really like that. So yeah, I've been watching those movies, and that's pretty much all I've had time for to watch. I've been trying to finish Hunters.
Dwindling. I know. I still got 2 left on it.
I still got a couple left.
And from what I've heard, everybody is like, "You're in for a treat," and
Really?
I'm like, "Okay, great," because it does start to kind of lull in the
Totally.
middle. I'm into it. It's the only time I can really watch it's pretty late, so you can only do one a night, and it's a lot to watch before bed sometimes. So I had a weird dream where I think I was running from Nazis, and Miss was like, "What do you think, you idiot? You watch Nazis until you fall asleep. What do you think you're gonna dream about?" And I'm like, "All right, I get it."
Well, it's better than
Except like she's yelling at me in German. I
yeah.
haven't quite woken up yet.
Except it's better than Craig being like,
Yeah, right.
and you're like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" in your dream.
No, that's
having
not,
a nocturnal emission.
No, that's not what's happening
Remember
at
those?
all.
Those are awesome,
That's not
dude.
what's happening.
Girls don't have those. I found out.
Girls don't have nocturnal emissions.
I asked 2 of them, and they both said nah. And I was like,
nah.
And I was like, shoot, you should try to do that.
Yeah, you should dedefinitely
'Cause
work
when
it
I-
into your repertoire.
When I was a kid, like 14, 15, like having a dream where I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh my.
Oh fuck. Oh, where is it? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. And then having a nocturnal emission, like that was awesome. You hands free, fucking. You know, that was the best. If you want to join our watch parties, well, it just starts on Facebook.
That was
so
my
you just
pick a
kinda
couple
have to
weeks ago,
catch-
Ross. Expanse. It's great.
You just kind of have to check the Sophisticated Hoosiers group. I'll try to pin it at the top. Just check it around 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock every night of your life.
Yeah, sure.
What you been watching, bud?
Ah, man. Well, all right. I'm gonna give you like this one that I watched on a whim. The weed's been good lately. I watched this little animated short. It was a
CBD
silent
weed.
film. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. High CBD. It makes me dreamy,
I don't
sleepy.
care.
Anyway, I watched this animated short called Sitara.
Jesus
and it's about
Christ.
it's a silent movie, and it showed, and it was poignant. It was about how many girls' dreams are squashed by being. Well, I don't want to give. I give it away. It's a 15-minute short. Watch it. Whatever. Just it's good. All right, but actually, what I've been watching, and I know this is a funny pick. We've probably even talked about it on the show in the past. Maybe Joe Hamilton. I don't know. Somebody did. The other night, I was lying down in bed, and New Girl was on, and buddy, I don't know, like if it was the Purple Gorilla, or if it was just that funny, but I was laughing my ass off out loud. I'm like, my God, dude, show hasn't made me laugh like that in a while. I let it roll into the next episode. I'll be damned. Dude, I watched 3 episodes that night. I'll be damned. Like 6 different times
It's an
I
easy,
was
great
laughing.
laugh,
It's
dude.
an easy laugh.
All of their relationships
Schmidt
are-
might be one of the best characters in all of sitcom comedy.
You're absolutely right. And at first I was like,
Seemed a little much at first.
and then I was like, and then later I was like, fuck
Yeah. Yes. Fuck. He's
He
really
is.
good.
He's up there. He's
and just
and even the main guy.
the quirks.
is
Nick's
great.
a trip, and Winston is the goofiest character of all time. Like nothing he does makes sense. He
and
thinks he's
beautiful
always
gals
joking people.
and the two
It's
girls
great.
are so
It's
pretty.
great. It's
like-
a dude. And it's like we were talking about. It is something you can watch with your significant other. Both of you will enjoy it. It's like you said. It's easy laughs. New girl, man.
And even if you're in the kennel, hearing it's great.
In the kennel, it's a special. Yeah, like just getting to experience any of your senses. You know, like whether it's sound or maybe just the
Smell of the
the
show.
lost touch, or maybe just whatever little
Just the scent
whatever
of
little
you, too.
waft, whatever little olfactory treat that you might get whenever that snout mask is taken off of you. Yeah, man, it's a treat, dude.
It's a treat.
It's
a treat. Mike, what you
Lord
been
willing,
watching?
you get a taste, you know.
So I've been into hip hop evolution. So it goes back to like Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, T.I., Juvenile.
All the way
them
back to
guys-
T.I.?
Well, all them different guys. There's a lot more. 4
Rubber
seasons.
Band Man.
It's on Netflix. And it tells their back history, what their songs were really about. And like, it's really interesting. They were really smart on why they were making these songs. It wasn't just, oh yeah, I'm going to throw this shit out there. Like some of it, dude, sounds ridiculous. But if you actually understand what their point was, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I remember like Rubber Band Man, wild as a Taliban, 9 in my right, 45 in my other hand. Blacko, blacko, blacko. You get it.
Guys,
so yeah, T.I. was fucking on one.
Well, their music actually goes to where they were, like in Atlanta, Georgia, or New Orleans, or
Atlanta?
Miami. Yeah, like T.I. was from Atlanta.
Ross says, I knew there was a deeper meaning.
Message
This is to back that ass up.
Girl, what you working with, huh?
Huh?
Girl, back that ass up.
Huh?
What you trying to do with all that ass?
Huh?
Girl, why don't you back that ass up?
Huh?
Thank you.
Guys,
He's
it's
right.
been a lot of fun. You guys join us on Mondays, and I'll tell you what, if we're all quarantined, if we're all fixed up in a hole, for the next couple weeks, maybe we just need to just drop as much content on you guys as possible. It's going to depend on how loads. He's talking about, well. All right, just listen to the song again. Actually, we should probably do that one more time.
Yeah, hit him with it
We
real
want to hit
quick.
one more time, guys.
Oh.
Hey, it's the Hoosiers Facebook crew.
Sophisticated Hoosiers.
And we like to talk about love and other stuff that helps us, but mostly it's about cum. Most of the memes are about cum, but then we try to make your life a little brighter. Look on the sunny side, man, and then grab your lighters and smoke some of that weed. Do that ketamine, cause we're talking about the things that you love. It's not a sex cult. Yeah, I said it's not a sex cult at all. Okay, maybe it's a sex. Oh, it's definitely a sex call. It's definitely a sex call. Definitely a sex call. You gotta get in the bed gone. Good God.
Yeah, girl. I'm just looking for a little princess to shove a pineapple in my ass and spit in my mouth. Call me a pig and tell me to hold my jizz until your parents can come watch. Yeah. No, go ahead and make it 3 fingers. All right, we can shoot for 4. Okay, baby.
And now.
Oh, I'm fucking dying. You both have brought shame on your ancestors.
I don't know. My grandpa was a freak.
No doubt. I'll tell you what. I feel like we got some parting words, buddy.
Yeah, man. This is a time for love and laughter and getting to know the people that you love better. Be present. If I have any type of advice, I'm not trying to tell you how to live. Be present. It's going to feel weird at first, but just go with it. Oh, and I've been on a different level with the fucking raising of the vibration science. I've been listening to Hare Krishna, just trying to constantly raise my vibration. I swear to God.
I can see it in you, bud.
Swear to God that the cat and Ivan are like, oh man, I just want to be around this guy. Like, oh God. And then I told that to Jen, and she's like, fuck off, dickbag. You couldn't do laundry. You could dance to Hare Krishna, and then she gets home. She's like, the laundry's pretty full. I'm like, I couldn't get around to it. I was fucking dancing to fucking Hare Krishna. That's
full of some Hare Krishna.
I'm an asshole. I am an asshole, and I will do more.
What I'm told.
I will do more.
You will do
I
what
will
you're
do more.
told.
I will do more.
You
I
will
will be
do the
more
laundry. The
present.
laundry.
I will be more present. What do you got for Mike? What do you got for the people? We'll let Craig take us out.
What do you mean, bud?
What do you got? Some parting words?
Oh, no, I just want to say good night. I love you guys, and help somebody.
I mean,
Don't tell Bill what to do.
Pretty much says it all, guys. We'll see it on the other side. It's not that big of a deal. Got a little extended vacation with all of us. So I'll give you these last parting words. Et nomine Patre, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.